Hey guys, Nick India dab meme here.
आज का टॉपिक है D से dab.
And you guys ask me why I sound depressed all the time. Stuff like this just makes me lose my will to live. Hey guys, this is Caustra here, and today we're going to talk about the declining player base of Geometry Dash. Basically, I want to talk about Geometry Dash being dead, as a lot of people have called it, or as I call it, dormant, and I'll explain why in a bit here. So as you're all most likely aware, Geometry Dash is pretty much in an inert state at the moment, despite all of these big things coming, and there's a few things I want to talk about in this video in regards to that. I want to define what makes a community dead or dormant, why Geometry Dash is dead or dormant right now, and how we can fix it, because I do believe this can be fixed. So before I begin on explaining what's wrong with the community right now, I need to define the basics of dead and dormant, and where GD lies in these categories. For these purposes, I see both dead and dormant as similar phases where the community is inactive and not much is happening. The key difference between dead and dormant is whether or not something could start a catalyst that would bring the community back. If we look at this in a real-life context, let's compare the community to a human person for a second. A dead person cannot be brought back to life, unless you're some kind of magic voodoo zombie resurrector man, but if you're watching this video, you're most likely not a voodoo zombie resurrector man. But if someone is in a coma, or someone who is dormant, can be brought back. Point is, I think the community is dormant right now and not dead because it can still be brought back. There is still hope for the currently declining player base. So now that I've defined all that, let's get into what's actually causing this dormancy of the community. I think that the number one contributing factor to the dormant state of the community is extreme demons. Now, you might be thinking that I'm wrong here, and that extreme demons are what have been reviving the community, but unfortunately, that is not the case. In recent months, the amount of extreme demons has soared, and we are getting extreme demons non-stop. I think that this non-stop creation of extreme demons has oversaturated extreme demons as a whole, and it's almost taken away a chunk of the game that people play the game for. There are a stupid amount of extreme demons created now, and while most of them are good, some of them being extraordinarily unique, but that doesn't change the fact that we still have too many of them. Now, there are a good amount of people who realize this and are trying to make different extreme demons, and I respect that. For example, there's a new upcoming extreme demon called Ouroboros by Vibrant and a bunch of other creators, and it's pretty cool. It uses purple and orange as its colors, and for an extreme demon, I'd say that's pretty unique. We need more levels like that. Levels that think outside the box and try new things such as that. I'm also known to be one of the few people who believes in the unknown creators in the community. If any of you have met me, you would know I believe in these underdogs of creators. However, when it comes to Extreme Demon Mega Collabs, well, I think I've lost all hope for these guys. Recently, I've been working my way into Mega Collabs by unknown creators, specifically as a spectator, to get an idea of what the community is doing. And I can say that while there are a couple really underrated Mega Collabs that are a work in progress, there's also quite a few that are just mosh pits of overused concepts. A lot of Mega Collabs I've either worked my way into or invited into are hell-themed, and I would think that the community would get over something like that. But I was wrong. Now, not to discredit the creators or anything, as their work is still mighty impressive. It's just wasted talent, you know? It's like going out and building this $8,000 monster gaming rig just to play something like Geometry Dash. Which I totally did not do, I swear I'm... Another major contributing factor is the overall melting pot that is the featured section in Geometry Dash. In this video, I won't be using the G word, since people bash me just for saying it, which is pretty sad. Anyways, I don't ask for much in terms of rated or featured levels. I'm not asking for vastly different levels every time something is added to the features section, as that's not possible. However, when the featured section kind of all blends together and it becomes hard to distinguish levels, that should be an obvious sign that we have a problem. I've talked about this in a previous video, but basically, if people find an easier and less resource-intensive way to do things, they will. And that's what's happening here. People are putting in the bare minimum to get levels rated and featured, and it works, so everyone else repeats the process. Now, this isn't necessarily fixable on our end as the player base, since we don't have control over each other, and you can't force creativity either. It's something that has to be changed on RobTop's end. He needs to change the standards for rating and featuring levels because, as I've said in many past videos, the rating system is ruled by favoritism, and that if you aren't a famous creator or your level doesn't get noticed by big YouTubers, it won't get rated. To be fair, I think the recruitment of Elder mods in Geometry Dash will fix this. But enough of me ranting about how bad the rating and featuring system currently is. How about we shift our focus to the man himself, Robert Topala. So, on the subject of RobTop, I want to say that I think RobTop is the third contributing factor to the game's dormant state. RobTop normally is pretty good at keeping the community occupied with teasers and such, but the problem is that the whole process of teasers being released is slowing down quite a bit. Combine that with a community that's not only dormant, but full of impatient children, that's not a good combination. And I will give some props to RobTop, as if I had to design 2.2, I wouldn't be able to come up with much, as pretty much everything's been done at this point. Like really, I actually can't think of that much to add to 2.2, and that's why I haven't done that many videos on it. Like, I can see new icons and a new game mode, but in terms of new gameplay elements, new blocks, and all that, I actually can't come up with anything. And to be fair, I don't really see myself as a creative person, as I am more logically oriented than creatively oriented, but that doesn't change the fact that there's only so many things that can be added to the game. I'll probably talk about this more in depth in a future video, but Geometry Dash may be coming to a close soon. Possibly even in 2.2, who knows. So by now, I hope you all understand the three main issues of the community right now, and why everything is so stale at the moment. So it brings the question of, what can we do to fix it? And good news, it's perfectly fixable. Sort of. The solution for this isn't really a solution, but more of a bypass until RobTop does something. Basically, we need creativity. Now, creativity is a broad topic, so let me give some examples of what I specifically am talking about. Basically, we need new twists on the game, and on the community. For example, a project by the Geometry Dash Online team, GD Multiplayer, is a fan-made attempt at creating a multiplayer mode for Geometry Dash. Or, take a look at some of the content creators in the community, such as C1997. You know, the ones that do more than just level gameplays? Yeah, those ones. Point is, we need creative people to actually do something with the remaining ashes of the community. And we're certainly working on it, that's for sure. But like I said before, this ultimately cannot fix the game and the community. It can put off the decline a little, but it can't reverse this. The only way for this to be truly fixed is if RobTop actually does something. RobTop is going to need to release 2.11 very soon, or else more big players will keep on leaving the community, and then he will become irrelevant. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and at the time of this video, we're closing in on 3,000 subscribers, so yeah, if you guys are new here and like this video, please subscribe. I normally don't ask for subscriptions unironically, but I plan on doing a setup video for 3K subscribers, and since a lot of people want to see it, do it on their behalf, not mine.